God doesn't rush your healing. This is so important because a lot of women feel like they're behind or they're not doing the healing process well because it's taking a moment, taking a minute. We like everything at the snap of our fingers nowadays. We want everything to be fast. They feel like, I should be further along by now, whether that's a month or several months or several years, whatever it looks like for you. But God isn't saying, man, she's driving me crazy. Hurry up and be healed already, right? What's wrong with you? No, he's saying just walk with me through this season. And he's saying, I am here with you. He wants to walk through this healing process with you, however long it takes. Sure, we don't want you to stay there for eternity, right? But you're going to be there for a little bit, and he's going to be right there with you. If you're tired of living in survival mode and questioning your worth and faith after divorce and want simple steps to heal, drop that shame and guilt, and rebuild your confidence, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Lori Ann, certified Christian life coach and midlife divorce mom of 2. I learned the secret of how to heal after divorce and rebuild my life through faith-based strategies that changed everything. And if you're ready to remember who you truly are, rediscover your purpose in midlife, love well again, and care for your body and soul, welcome to the club. You're in the right room. Hey girl, and welcome back to the Midlife Comeback Club Podcast. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, today we are going to be talking about something that I think a lot of Christian women quietly struggle with, but they don't always say it out loud. At least that's my take. If you've genuinely forgiven someone, then why does it still hurt, right? Why are you still triggered every time you hear a song or you think about a memory? Or why do you become emotional about something still? Why are you still struggling to move forward? And maybe just even asking yourself, like, shouldn't I be over this by now? If I really forgave, then why do I still feel this way? If that's you, you are definitely not alone. And more importantly, you're not doing anything wrong. This can be the situation a lot of the time for us. And if you don't want to do it alone, that is why I created the Midlife Comeback Club, which is my annual group coaching membership where we all walk this path together. We have weekly live group Q&A calls with me, your certified Christian life coach, every single week. Bring what's on your heart and we work through it together. You get my 90-day transformational program inside of the annual membership, which is so exciting because so many women have had so much amazing transformations with that program, and they have just launched their comeback beyond anything they ever could have possibly imagined. So that's included. And then you also get this amazing group of women who are in the community who have walked through the same season that you are walking through. And it's just this special, really safe place for all of us to come together. And I'm so passionate about helping women change their lives after they've gone through a major midlife transformation like divorce. So I would love for you to join us. So check that out in the show notes for sure. But here's the problem. I think, a lot of women think forgiveness equals instant healing, right? Like once you forgive, somehow the pain should disappear completely, or the memories shouldn't affect you anymore. And everything should just, feel better. But that's usually not how it works because forgiveness is a decision, right? And healing is actually a process. And those two things don't always happen on the same timeline, because I remember there was a time where I genuinely believed that I had forgiven. Like I had prayed about it hard and I had said the words and I had made the decision in my heart. I forgave, I really did the forgiveness thing and I meant it. I really did. But then, something would happen. Like I would think about a past memory or a conversation I had or a comment that was made or some type of situation. And suddenly all the bitterness and all the anger would, start bubbling up again. And I would feel hurt again. And I felt emotional all over again. And I remember thinking, wait, God, I thought I already dealt with this. And then would come like the wave of guilt, right? Am I holding on to this still? Did I not really forgive like I thought I did? Or what the heck's wrong with me? And that's when I realized something, that I had forgiven, yes, but I hadn't fully healed yet. And those are two different things. So today I want to talk about 3 powerful things when it comes to forgiveness. Number 1, forgiveness is a decision and healing is a process. And this is really the foundation, I think, of this issue of what is forgiveness. Because forgiveness can happen in a moment, right? That can happen in an instant. You can instantly choose to forgive somebody. But the healing process can happen over time. Colossians 3:13 says, "Forgive as the Lord forgave you." And that's a command, right? It's a decision that you make. But nowhere does it say you will instantly feel healed. It's not like you click the button that says forgive, on the forgiveness page, and then you get to the checkout page where all the confetti flies around, the champagne bottles are popping open and, telling you, yeah, great, you did it. Congratulations. It's time to celebrate. Usually doesn't happen like that. Healing requires processing and time. We don't like to wait, do we? Emotional work and walking it out with God. So give yourself some grace when it comes to that, okay? Number 2, feeling pain after forgiveness doesn't mean that you did it wrong. As women, we do this, right? We think we probably messed up. Like, God asked me to forgive, and somehow I got this wrong too. Ugh. This is where so many women get stuck because they think if I was truly healed, I wouldn't feel this anymore. But the feelings don't disappear overnight. No. That's a whole nother ballgame. That can take some good old fashioned time, to process. And I know we like things delivered to us overnight. I love Amazon Prime. But unfortunately, when it comes to our emotions, there is no overnight delivery on that. Think about something like this. Like, for instance, my mom recently broke her hip. She's older and she fell, right? And obviously, she decided to take care of it immediately because she was in a lot of pain. But the healing process, that's a whole nother thing. That's going to take a very long time. And it's not going to happen overnight. It takes time for that to heal. And it's the same thing when it comes to our emotions. Psalm 34:18, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted, not the already healed. The brokenhearted, he says. He meets you right in the middle of where you are in the healing. That's what he wants to do. He wants to be right there for you right now. He doesn't want you to feel alone in this, but it is going to take some time. So number 3 is the big one. God doesn't rush your healing. He walks you through it. This is so important because a lot of women feel like they're behind or they're not doing the healing process well because it's taking a moment, taking a minute. We like everything at the snap of our fingers nowadays. We want everything to be fast. They feel like, I should be further along by now, whether that's a month or several months or several years, whatever it looks like for you. But God isn't saying, oh man, she's driving me crazy. Hurry up and be healed already, right? What's wrong with you? No. He's saying, just walk with me through this season. And he's saying, I am here with you. He wants to walk through this healing process with you, however long it takes. Sure, we don't want you to stay there for eternity, right? But you're going to be there for a little bit, and he's going to be right there with you. If you think about, Joseph in the Bible, he was portrayed, as somebody who forgave really easily, right? He was betrayed by his brothers. He was sold into slavery. He was falsely accused. He was imprisoned. And later in life, he decides to forgive them. But here's what we don't always talk about. That healing did not happen overnight. There were several years in between the betrayal, and the reconciliation. But the whole time, God was working in him, preparing him, healing him before he ever faced them again. So even for Joseph, healing was a process, not one single moment. So if you've been sitting there thinking, why does it still hurt? Why am I not over this yet, Lorianne? Let me just put your mind at ease, okay? You are not behind. There isn't a perfect way to do this. You're not going to be broken forever. You're just in the middle of the process of healing. And if you do want that support to walk through that process, you don't have to do it by yourself. I can be right there holding your hand through the process with God, of course, in the Midlife Comeback Club. That is my group annual coaching membership. Amazing group of women inside there who have seen amazing transformations in their life. And I'm just so passionate about helping every woman I can out there get their lives back and do what God has called them to do in midlife. Your life is not over. You just might be starting over, not like you planned, right? But it's not over. And we have those weekly live group Q&A calls that are gold for women. You can walk through the program, the course on your own free time, whenever you get a second to go through that process. But I purposely, even though you can go through the program, the course part of it in 90 days, I purposely made the membership for a year because I wanted to give you that accountability every single week for the entire year, because I know it takes so much time to heal. Even though you go through the program, you still might be healing a year down the road. And so I wanted you to have access to me as your certified Christian life coach to walk through that with you. So please check it out in the show notes for sure. And I would love for you to come join us. And also, if you want to jump on my email list, this is where I give my weekly newsletter out. It's packed with faith-based strategies to really rebuild yourself after divorce, practical mind shifts that help you stop overthinking and start moving forward. Get early access to all of my programs, coaching, and special offers, which stay tuned, please. They're coming down the pike here soon. So delivered straight to your inbox. And I would love for you to be on that. It's loriannfeely.com/insider. That's LORIANNF as in Frank, EELEY.com/insider. So definitely check that out. And I also have my divorce recovery quiz down there too. So if you're wondering what stage of divorce recovery am I in, my free quiz will definitely help you. It just takes a few seconds and you can find out where you are on that. So check it out. So today, girl, I want to leave you with this, okay? Just because you've forgiven doesn't mean you're finished healing. I know you don't want to hear that. And I know you want things maybe overnight special delivery by Prime. Don't we all, right? But that doesn't make you weak. It just makes you human. And that's a great thing. And nowadays, being human is a unique thing in a world where we could soon be surrounded by lots of robots, right? So I want you to lean into the gift that God gave you to be human. You are doing amazing. You are doing so great. You might not realize it, but you are. You're here. You're showing up for faith-based tips on how you can walk through this difficult season, right? And that's a step in the right direction for sure. So I hope to see you over in the Midlife Comeback Club. But if I don't see you there first, I will talk to you soon, right back here in the next episode. Thanks so much for listening. And remember, God is never late. Talk soon. Hey girl, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a woman who might really need it right now? Also, please leave me a quick review over on Apple Podcasts. It truly helps this show reach more women who are ready for their divine comeback. And until next time, keep choosing faith over fear, and I will meet you back here next week for another episode.